Awesome. Perfect. So first, I totally screwed this up last week. How about our triathlon team winning a national championship and what Wes Johnson's done and those guys? I mean, it's not talked about enough in the city of Tucson to win back-to-back national championships. So congratulations to that crew because they are unbelievable. They are. Talk about like mentally tough and inspirational. I mean, and obviously Becky Burke's a tough sucker too because she finished second to Maddie in their little thing that they had last spring. So she's off to a 3-0 start. Big game tomorrow in Storrs, Connecticut. I can't wait to watch that in the background of us getting ready for this one. Fantastic. And then we got one Miss Jenna Fink, who's I saw a post where she's gonna move on, like to something maybe bigger, better. Don't know what it is, but congratulations. Like you're gonna be missed around here. Like you do an awesome job, and like you've been really good for Arizona Athletics. So thank you. I mean, just winning is a great deal, and it makes everybody feel good, and it makes everybody happy, and it's outstanding. But you have to be able to put it away and not be complacent and not like listen to all this good stuff and how wonderful you are, because just like that, we can go back to being terrible. And I think our team has done a great job of that. We have a good football team, and a team that has showed maturity and attacks. And I think it starts with Coach Brennan, like what he's been able to build from what he stepped into to what we did. And I mean, he's put the pieces together, but he's led those pieces. And our opportunity to continue, we have an opportunity at 10. I'm one of those coaches that I'm not afraid to talk about like what you want to do and what you want to build. Obviously, we want to win a conference championship around here. I said it back when we started, and everybody said, you're crazy, okay? The opportunity to do something will always be there. When you start this thing back in December, you're guaranteed 12. You earn the opportunity for 13, 14, 15 if you can get on a roll like that. Well, we've earned the opportunity to try to win 10 games, which would be the 5th time in the history of this program. 122 teams have fielded for the University of Arizona, and we got an opportunity, okay? That doesn't mean you look past what your next one is. And we didn't look past the last 3. We didn't look past BYU and Houston. We just didn't make enough plays to win those games. The challenge that we have this week, especially on our side of the ball, and you heard Seth talking about what they are defensively, and I think Dave Aranda is one of the best defensive coaches in a long, long time. But they're 15th in the country in total offense. Sawyer Robinson has thrown the second most attempts. He's leading the nation in passing yards. He's averaged 33 points a game. They just put up 563 yards last week against Utah. I mean, the challenge that we have is enormous. And so our kids have done a good job of attacking, but they have to stay focused on Tuesday. And then tomorrow, stay focused on Wednesday. And the same process that we've been able to do, and I think you go back to the red line mantra, you go back to everything that Coach B has been able to design and to keep them focused on this. And it's been a great opportunity to continue to build something special. And I said we talked about it. We wanted to recreate the magic that happened here in 23, recreate the magic of the past other 3 teams that won 10 games. And we're getting close. We're not great yet, but we're getting close. So that's exciting. Okay, Cincinnati. Holy cow, about them first 12 plays, huh? Goodness gracious. I think when teams have an opportunity at 2 weeks to prepare for us, and give Coach Satterfield a ton of credit and that offensive staff, and then Sorsby and those guys, I mean, he's a really good football player. And they've got some really good football players on that side of the ball. I mentioned it last week, like we have to be able to change the picture to our kids. We have to be able to change the picture. Let's give them something that we did against Kansas that they'll practice for and expect off of this week's film. And then on Sorsby, you have to do something significant to change it so that he makes a mistake. He'd thrown 2 interceptions on the year. The very first play, Myron Robinson does a great job with disguise. Dalton, Javion Cole, and Stooks do a great job. It looks like one of our man pressures that we needed to stop the run against Kansas. And then we flip into a 4-man rush, and Dalton hinges out, tips the ball to Javion. Javion's going to intercept it whether Dalton hits it or not. That was a great way to start. And the offense with Mahdi on the second play, I mean, outstanding. Okay, and then we go back out there, and we get him in the 3rd and 5, and we let him complete a ball to a tight end that, in my opinion, should be intercepted for the second interception of the day. And Dalton looks at me when he's coming off the sideline. I'm like, why didn't you intercept that ball? And, they have good players, too. He got a late break on it trying to disguise. The disguise was fantastic. We get a little late break to it, and Dalton Johnson played fantastic all day. So I'm giving him crap for this right there, because I expect those guys to be elite all the time. And then if they don't convert that third down, Justin doesn't tweet that they're on pace for 560 yards total rushing. Okay, I did see that, by the way. I read all of the message board like stories or recruiting stories. I haven't been on the messages during the season because that could be daunting. Like I'll wait till the fall and then I'll go recap that in the spring when Coach Shear's board. But I do see Twitter and I do like some of those. Michael made some too about what they were going to rush for. And I'm going to be honest with you, the comment that I made to our football team after the second drive was probably pretty similar to that. I think I went more in the 1,000-yard range of what they were going to rush for if we didn't start. And if you talk to Max is awesome to, like, if you ever get a chance, ask him to imitate me because oftentimes the comment from them is, and it's this is funny and going to sound very egotistical, but they'll make fun of me and be like, it ain't what I'm calling, it's the way y'all are doing it. Okay, so we have a lot of fun with that. And that the message was like, they did a great job of, and they're hard to prepare for. Cincinnati with some of their stretch game, they cut us off early. And so we had to do a couple different things. Now we didn't, it was the appearance of we're not stunning as much. We just stunned different. And we still were jumping out of gaps and canceling gaps with movement and stuff. I know Michael thought like, well, they stopped stunning. We did it a different way. And it really screwed up some of the O-line reads, which was fantastic, and then we were able to get vertical. And if the back is having to cut in the backfield, you've got great opportunity to get negative plays. And that's why we've been so good on negative plays all year is because we've been able to get vertical penetration. We did not get that early. In the first 14 plays, I know it was 15 plays for 140 yards rushing, but in the first 12 plays of the game, they actually had 134 rushing, 15 passing. And the 15 passing, one of them was the touchdown that they threw over behind Stukes. That is like you have a beat on them as a play caller. Okay, this is going to be a pass, so you call a certain defense. But when you're getting freaking just ran like we were, those DBs, and I played DB, you get sucked to the line of scrimmage. And all of a sudden, you're putting the corners on even more of an island than what they would typically be when they think they have help inside on zone coverage. So give them a lot of credit for the first two drives. We got them over on the sideline, and I gave them my spiel. It's you, not me, because it's not my fault. Players got to make plays. Players win games, coaches don't. We made a couple of corrections, and this is the first time that I've ever really used it. Now, we use the iPads in the lightning break against BYU. Typically, I don't think when they first introduced the iPads, I was not a fan because I think coaches that can make adjustments in real time are really good coaches, and they have a significant advantage. And the coaches that make corrections on Sunday, like you can whip their tail a lot of the time. Well, those iPads kind of make those coaches that have to make corrections on Sunday, they can make it live because they can see it. And so we just showed our guys like, hey, your footwork here is terrible. You do this, and all of a sudden they ain't gonna be able to move the ball. And then bam, they were able to execute. So it was outstanding. Now we did a couple different movements that we hadn't done, which we had prepared for during the week that we pulled out, and I thought they did a great job of executing it because they averaged 17.9 yards on those first 12 plays per rush. The rest of the game, we only played 59 plays on defense, but the other 36 plays, they averaged 2.3 yards per carry. And he didn't have success throwing the ball until the 75-yard drive after we scored the touchdown to go up 10. And that drive really irritates me because we had two opportunities on fourth down to get off the field and didn't do it. One of them was a bad call by me, and the other one, they got players that make good plays too on the running back out in the flat. Tay did a great job of saw it. Dude just outran him. And give them credit. They put it in the end zone to make it a game. Now you want to make you asked Coach B and Seth about Noah, like his legend, like he's going to continue to grow around here. But last week it was like, give me the ball, coach. We're going to win this game. And they went down there, and when Michael made that field goal, and Michael Salgado Medina, for as many people that want to be so frustrated with him, he's going to continue to grow. He hadn't played football in many years. He played in high school, and the experience that he's gathering every single opportunity, and to be able to miss two and then come back and make those three is really, really vital. And if you don't make that 51-yard field goal with 1:39 to go, we're in a completely different scenario. And now we were still going to be aggressive, but you take a lot bigger chance if only need 20 yards to kick a field goal to put it into overtime. And they go down there and they kick that field goal. Michael makes it. And Noah, as I'm walking off, because he's always like congratulating the O-line. He's freaking fantastic. He came over to me. He was like, "It's your turn. Go win this." Beep, beep. And I'm like, "Let's do it." And you got coaches in the background on our side of the ball, and DB coaches are funny. And I was one for a long time, so I put myself in that group. But, they're suggesting, Coach, we got this zone, we got this zone, we got this zone. And I talked about last week, like, some of those things prevent you from winning. And against Kansas, they had 2 timeouts, but they needed a field goal, so we were going to, the momentum, the idea was, okay, let them catch the ball inside here, and let's let the clock run, bleed the timeouts, and then make it really hard for them to kick a field goal if they get close enough. That was not the mentality on Saturday. When they had the ball at the first down at the 25-yard line, we were going to gas the tar out of them. And Brendan Sorsby was hurt from an earlier tackle that Riley had on him. So, it's like when you see a wounded, like if you go out hunting and you hit a deer and you chase it because you wounded it, like, let's go get this freaking wounded animal and finish him off. And I'm not saying anything disrespectful about Brandon, because I think Brandon Sorsby is a freaking tough sucker. Like for him to continue to play after he got rolled up the way he did and tackled, like, I can't have more respect for him. I found him after the game, tell him, like, dude, you're a badass. Like, this was a great victory for us. And I'm sorry it didn't go your way, but this is a great victory for us. Because that opportunity, we had got him off his spot, and then our guys did a great job in coverage. You got to give a ton of credit to our 3 corners that played in that game. And I know Boog only got 12 reps. We'll see. He got a little banged up early on. We'll see. Those 3 are unbelievable. The way Aiden Garnes and Michael Dansby played, those guys were on an island a lot because I wanted to make sure that Cincinnati didn't continue to go. And their technique was the best it's been all year, so you got to give Coach Viney a ton of credit. And what Traden was able to do on 4, like Traden, that dude has taken everybody deep. And the only one he got was a deep ball when we sent an 8-man pressure. I said 8. We sent an 8-man pressure, and Sorsby backpedals and just tosses it up there. And you double move an 8-man pressure. It's like unbelievable that ball got off. And he made a tremendous play. That was really the only thing. He ran a jet screen earlier in the day, and Mace Pesse tried to take his head off. Like, we choose violence running to the ball, and it kind of changes what their direction of how they want to do things. So I'm super proud of how hard they play. I'm super proud of the coaching that they take on the sideline. And this started way back in January, but the belief that they have in, one, what we do, and in Coach Salavea, Coach Arce, Coach Brangel, Coach Viney, our analysts, like, when they ask questions, the coaching on the sideline has been so elite from that group, and on the offensive side too, that the kids are looking for when they come to the sideline, okay, let's fix this. What are we going to do? And, okay, this is what we need to do. And they go out there, they believe in it, they trust it, and it's been fantastic. And so we got to continue down that path because there's so many dang good coaches in this league, and everybody has great plans, and it's how can you figure it out on Saturday and not Sunday. And so super, super proud of our team. The challenge that we have this weekend is unbelievable. We need Tucson to show up. I'll give Cincinnati a lot of credit. That stadium, Nipper Stadium, is a really cool setting. It's a great atmosphere right on the middle of campus, just like ours in the middle of campus. It was loud. For Michael, when Michael made that field goal, that's almost as loud as Utah was last year when they had us backed up after a penalty on a kickoff return. I thought the west side looked fantastic against Kansas, and the impact that crowd had at the end of the Kansas game, especially when we were on defense, was unbelievable. The Zone of Zoo sets the pace every single week. So, it's going to be warmer in Cincinnati last week than it's supposed to be here on Saturday. That's as good as you get. You get 60-degree weather for a November football game. That's like unbelievable. So for the 31 seniors that we have, that this will be their last time donning an Arizona uniform at home in Casino del Sol Stadium, like, come and celebrate those guys. Come and Dalton and Stukes and Ian and Chuba, like, come and just show appreciation and be a loud, crazy sucker. Coach B already gave you the plan. So follow the plan, and let's make Corona del Sol Stadium, like, freaking unbelievable on Saturday. And oh, sorry, what's that? Casino. Oh, what did I say? Corona? Goodness. My bad. Let's just make the soul freaking violent on Saturday, okay? And that I can't say it enough. Like, what Desiree and from the top down has done, and the belief that they've had. It's why we're sitting here where we're at. So.
Thank you, Coach. Justin and then Troy.
So you mentioned, senior day and a couple of seniors that will be honored are two of some of your best players on your side of the ball, Traden and Dalton. I mean, considering they've been here for 5 or 6 years, I mean, that you could consider that a rarity in college football with the transfer portal. What do you make of just their careers and just kind of their legacies here at Arizona?
Like, we need to get them in front of all the true freshmen we're recruiting and explain to them their journey and the lifelong friendships that they're going to have because of that journey. The University of Arizona has been really good to both those kids. And I think Traden said it when he went on his visit during this portal deal. Why not just do what I'm doing at the University of Arizona? This is what's built me to the human being and the man that I am right now, so let's finish it. And I am so proud of those guys, the ones that went on the portal and the ones that went on a trip up to Seattle. I mean, they had an unbelievable relationship with Coach Akina, and Coach Akina is such an unbelievable coach. For those guys to choose the University of Arizona and to choose each other, Noah, Traden, Dalton, Jen, I mean, all those guys that chose each other and chose Tucson, like, they need to be celebrated on Saturday. And I am so thankful and, blessed that I've been able to build a relationship with and coach them. And when I said all those things in March about the opportunities that we have to be an elite defense and to chase the moniker of the Desert Swarm, it was because I thought those guys were really talented. And when you get a chance to coach really talented players, they make you a really good coach, and you have opportunities. So I can't thank them enough. And, I mean, I'll stay up here all night long so that we have a good plan so that they can play well and go out the right way. Seth Diggy does stay up here every night, all night. It's unbelievable. So.
Troy and then Michael.
One of the things that you mentioned during the offseason when we got to talk to you was wanting to add depth and just a little bit more depth at the linebacker position from the year prior. Mm-hmm. You guys have been tested at that and passed with flying colors, just the depth and what they've been able to bring when you guys have had guys in and out, including guys like Myron Robinson who went down to that game and you had to replace him.
Yeah, the buy-in, I mean, give Coach Brengel a lot of credit. Him and Tariq Thompson, who played safety for me at San Diego State. Both those guys played for me at San Diego State. So they're very familiar with the scheme and have done a great job day to day. Give the most credit to the players because they've dove in and they've come up here every single day and they wear those rooms out. I mean, they come up there on their own. We don't have to ask them. And when you don't have to ask them, like, there's care hours where you can only mandate so many things. And when they just thrive and crave the opportunity to learn football, you have the right guys. And then there's certain ones, like Myron, you have to be careful what you do and how you coach them because they're going to do it the exact way you do it. And so, I mean, sometimes my out on Saturday is to kind of yell at the coaches when something goes bad because it's kind of my stress relief. It's like a little squishy ball. So I tell them every Saturday, like, put your body armor on. Because when they get a yard, I'm going to yell at you. Like, that's just what comes out during those moments. And so when Myron does something wrong, I'm like, you probably told him that, Brengel. Like, I mean, it's because he is so detailed in how you do it. And Brengel's a fantastic coach. I mean, last year we had to move Dalton to linebacker because we just didn't have enough depth. And, I mean, he led our team with 94 tackles, so he did a fantastic job adapting. Jabari and Myron and Tay, Chase, Riley, Max. I mean, those guys, Dom Hanger's up there all the time. Levi's up there all the time. Those guys, they just dive into the opportunity to be successful and give them the credit. And the teachers are doing it. I mean, to be a good coach, you have to be a great teacher. And I think we've got some on the staff.
Michael and Brian.
Media talks about it all the time. Fans talk about it all the time. Adjustments that you make during the course of a game, whether it's in the first quarter or at halftime. What is an example of an adjustment that you made during the course of the Kansas and Cincinnati games that you felt like was positive and impactful?
So I think we have elite communication on our side of the ball. And I say our side of the ball because I don't spend a ton of time over on the offense side. When the offense has the ball, I'll flip over to once we've made all of our corrections, adjustments so that I can listen to Seth and B and throw in my 2 cents if need to be. Those guys can give me information. Now, the way my game day view, okay? coaches that watch the football are terrible coaches. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Like, if you ever hire somebody and they just watch the football, that's like a fan watching the game. Like, you can't do it. So the progression goes, one, I call the defense, so I know exactly how I anticipate that being blocked if it's a certain play or what the play comes. So I can see the blocking scheme. When they go through the blocking scheme, my eyes now, if it's a pass, my eyes go to the short side of the field so that I can see the concept that's going on right there, so I know what we're trying to defend, and then somebody has to feed me information to the top side of the field because I can't see both. So that's usually my first question on a pass was, what was the concept up top? If it's a run play and it pops us, I know exactly who should have been there to make the play and why were they not. And usually at that time I'll ask, what happened to the nose guard? What happened to the linebacker? And I know you guys asked B yesterday because I watched the press conference about, like, what does he do? Don't take for what he said for a second. Like, he's very impactful on game day for me, because when I'll ask those questions, oftentimes he's watching the sideline. He'll say the linebacker wasn't there, maybe not knowing who was supposed to be there, but if I ask what happened to the linebacker, he'll give me that information. So now I know, okay, this is what they're doing. This is how they adjusted their scheme. This is the stunt we need to come with so that we'd be able to do that. Well, against Cincinnati, it happened so damn fast, 54, 39, 8 touchdowns. It's like, well, I didn't even get a chance to make a correction on the next play. That we did after the 54-yard run, we get a 2-yard loss, a negative play, because Leroy does the same thing. They run the exact same play the very next play. We ran the exact same defense, and we missed a tackle in the backfield. So guys make plays. But being able to do that real time is critical if you get the right information from the guys upstairs or stuff. So when you're on staffs and you ask a question and it's completely silent, like, that's the worst thing that can happen on game day to me. Like, don't answer a question. Like, if you want to don't answer a question and then find out feel the wrath. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, are you up there eating nachos or are you watching the damn game? What are you doing? And so don't watch the football, and we'll make the corrections we need to in order to stop them. And I think our guys have done a great job of that all year long.
Brian and Jason.
I was listening to the Baylor game on the radio, and they kept mentioning how often they throw the slot fade, that it just seems to be a big part of it. Knowing that that's a play that they go to often, how much do you have to focus on that play, or is too much focus on that going to leave other things open?
No. One, their receivers do a fantastic job. Josh Cameron, number 34, he's a grown man now. He's 6'1", 230 pounds. He's their punt returner. He probably leads the nation in drawing pass interferences because he does such a great job with body control, and he positions you away from the ball, and then Sawyer throws it up. The hardest thing to do in pass defense is a fade route that's on an underthrown ball, because it's going to be pass interference 95% of the time. And whether they practice it or whether Josh is just really good at it, they get that call a ton. And it's usually on that route from the slot, because I think that's the hardest route. If you divide your football field, and it's important to know, from the sideline to the bottom of the number is 7 yards. Top of the number is 9 yards. Apex between the hash and the middle field is 13 yards. Okay? Well, if they line up between 13 and 9, it gives you an opportunity, and this is where the DBs need to be really detailed in that 13 to 9 measurement, because they'll tell you what routes they're going to get. And when they line up in there and they're running the slot fade, you got to give yourself the best chance to play it. Now, the best way to defeat the slot fade is get to hit the quarterback before you can throw it. But when you've got guys like Trayden Stukes and the nickel from Utah, like, those guys do such a fantastic job in coverage. But if you just play man coverage all the time, like, they're good enough to adjust the routes and eat you up. And if you shut that down a couple times, then all of a sudden it's like you shut down, like we're trading on Saturday, the bubble rod he should have intercepted and scored instead of diving and making a good play, be an elite play and go intercept it. He's not gonna like that comment. Like the screen and go's coming after that. Well, if you know what the details are, that's going to tell you it's a screen and go, it doesn't work. And so are those guys willing to dive in and figure out what it is what the look is for screen and go and what is not? I think that's why our secondary has been so elite, because they're so detailed in those moments.
Jason and Justin.
At the end of that game on TV, they showed you and Brent having a moment, hugging. What the emotions of that win and just getting to this point this season? The job that, like, I started this thing out with, the job that Coach Brennan has done for this program is fantastic. Like, the environment that he has created to work in, my wife sits back there. Like, that's not common everywhere. Like, Fox RC running around the building is not common everywhere. And there's times that stuff is good, and there's times that stuff is like, you need to focus in and deal well in football, and he gives us the opportunity to manage that. He doesn't micromanage us and tell us what we're doing wrong. So if you hire the right people, that works. And so, I just want to create the best defense. One, I want to be the freaking best defense in the country. Like that will never change. That's like I'm driven to. We came close at San Diego State. We'll have an opportunity to build that, and the Desert Swarm moniker, we're going to start making T-shirts about it because we're going to have an opportunity to create that. So that's my job for him, and Seth is the same passion. He wants to be the freaking best offensive. I mean, we want to score 50 points every single game. And so just super happy for him because and super happy for our entire program because that's a big-time deal. Going on the road in 122 years of Arizona football, Coach Tomey went on the road and won 7 games against top 25 teams in 24 tries. Coach B's done it twice in 5. Okay, I think Jed did it twice in 5. So now we get an opportunity to continue to build on that. And if you can play good defense, you have an opportunity, and you take care of the football, you can win road games. Because they're not loud when we're on the field. So we got to keep that momentum, but they're loud as hell when they score. And so that opportunity, I thought we did a great job and played. And then I saw it on, I think on the Red Line recap. I don't get super emotional during games most of the time. Like, if you go back on YouTube and watch Dalton's interception, I mean, I look disappointed almost. I'm like, God, show a little bit more enthusiasm sometimes because I just expect them to do things. I actually threw a fist pump and my headset fell off. I didn't know that I did that. I saw it on the Red Line recap, and so now I'm going to have to get after Caleb, like, stop putting me on there like that. But just so proud and so excited of those kids, and I mean, I don't know. I just want to stab a football every time we get the ball when they put it out there. Like, that's all I think about. Like, let's go take this thing away and freaking gut another one. So just super excited, happy we won. Like I told you earlier, that was really cool because I freaking hate losing more than I enjoy winning. So that was really fun. And there's nothing better in this world than a winning locker room. Nothing better in this world than in a football winning locker room when it comes to competition sports. Like, unbelievable.
We'll finish up with Justin.
Sawyer Robertson, how does he stack up against some of the other quarterbacks that you faced?
Well, now I'm gonna sound like a broken record repeater. I thought Brendan Sorsby was the best one we had played. He was to date, and I thought our guys did a great job of preparing for him and taking away opportunities and trying to frustrate him. Sawyer, I mean, like I said when I started this thing, he's got the second most attempts in the nation. He throws it all over the place. He's already thrown for 3,400 and some yards. I mean, the way he is able to adjust on the move and the way his receivers find spots when it might not be the designated out route they were going to run, but the fact that they're on the same page is elite. And they have the second most passing yards in the country because of those opportunities. And so what kind of pictures can we paint to try and give him trouble? And then do you trust you can't play man coverage 90% of the time, because if they protect long enough, those guys are elite to be able to find space. And DBs, we have some elite DBs. I don't care who you are. I mean, even Coach Sanders at Colorado would tell you, like, you can cover for 4 seconds if you're freaking elite as hell. But any longer than that, those guys have an advantage. And we got to be able to find ways to get pressure. Well, to get constant pressure, especially with some of our injuries, well, now you're sending 5 and 6. And now you're putting those guys on an island. And AG and Dansby were on an island a ton on Saturday. And nobody knew it because of how well they played. If they didn't play good, everybody would be raking both of them over the coals. But nobody knows how good they played because they were so damn elite. I mean, that ball that Michael Dansby got out on the post, okay, on the chalkboard, that's man-free coverage. Did y'all see a post player in the middle of the field? I didn't, okay, because that guy is up there in the box making sure that they can't run the ball. So even though on paper those guys, that we call it man-free, let's be real, they played zero a ton, and they made plays. We didn't make those plays against Iowa State. They had 6 catches for 189 yards. If we don't make 4 of those plays on Saturday, I'm sitting up here saying, well, Cincinnati had 5 catches for 200-some yards. They rushed for 140. We gave up 500 yards total offense, and we lost because we did a crappy job. But when you have good players, players win games, coaches don't. You get the outcome that we had Saturday. So I couldn't be more proud of how hard our football team plays in all three phases. They're violent. It is a fun group to coach. It's a fun group to come to work to every day. And we have an opportunity to get 8 Saturday, and then the opportunity will be bigger if we get it. If we lose on Saturday, well, then we screwed up that, and the opportunity is to win 9. So our guys are uber focused on today. I thought today was really good, and I think Dalton mentioned it. Like, you can watch on tape, because the eye in the sky don't lie. It may not see what that player saw at the moment, or what that player should have seen at the moment, okay? But it tells you exactly what the picture is. And if if they're not working hard, if they're not practicing hard enough, or they're not diving into the detail, and you can go back and show them, that stuff only works if you have success beyond that, okay? When I tried to convince all these guys to stay here, the Daltons, the Stukes, the Gin, and what we'd be able to do on defense if we had good players, and the situations that we'd be able to put them in, they started to believe that after Kansas State. Because against Hawaii, okay, and Hawaii's turned out to be a damn good team now, by the way, at 7-3, or 2, whatever their record is. And then we were better than we should have been. When we beat Kansas State and played really well, all of a sudden that belief skyrocketed. And then they've continued to build on that. That's why I think we're 19th now in yards per game and 12th in yards per play. That's why we have a chance to chase all those things we talked about. So I apologize to Casino del Sol, but pack that thing on Saturday. That's unbelievable. Like the biggest in the Big 12, freaking awesome. And Tucson, show up. I love this place, so come and show me that you love us. Let's continue to build this thing, and then let's go win the dang basketball game tomorrow night. Let's go. What we're in 3rd and 4th in some of the 2 polls. Why not be number 1? Why not us? So, Coach Lloyd, freaking good luck. Go beat their tail. Have fun, and then we'll see everybody at the Soul on Saturday. Bear down.